What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man.
I do not fear the media. I do not fear journalists. I do not fear APAC. I don't fear Big Pharma.
Eminem made a diss track on you.
Candace, so I ain't mad at her. I ain't gonna throw the fact bitch forgot she was black back at her.
He's 51 years old. He's still doing the same thing to be relevant. It feels a little desperate, you know.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement.
Let me tell you something, right? These are the hands, my friend, the hands that make the things that you enjoy.
Don't put your hands in someone's face.
These hands are going to look right very soon because we are winning, you are losing. Right. These are the hands, bro. These are the
Typical leftist violence. Typical leftist violence. No, but this is what we're saying.
These are the hands that will take from you that which you stole from us as a class. I raised my class, not myself. And
I come from less than you. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. This isn't it, okay? You're not noble. You're not giving some speech that's going to be remembered for the next 10 years, okay? You sound pathetic and like you need to get a job. I don't know, it's like the weirdest thing that you're doing right now. What do you think you are, like Martin Luther King, and we're all going to look back and go, oh my God, thank God for that speech. These hands are going to come. You sound violent, you sound unhinged, and you sound like you're disproportionately angry at conservatives because we don't riot and incite violence in the middle of the street. You sound ridiculous. You just said you're going to put your hands around his throat. What sort of example are you leading for the people in your community?
Put your hands on my throat.
What are you doing? Because the truth is that you guys are lazy. Let me tell you what leftists are. You're envious of people that work harder than you. That's all you're doing right now. You're being envious, and socialism is the creed of envy and greed.
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question. My goodness. Seriously, somebody just give out free hugs or something somebody give out free hugs. I can't be your mommy, okay? I'm too pregnant. I can't be your mommy.
But if you were married, if I was married, I still want to put my husband first.
Damn!
It's my
Wait
life.
a minute, hold on.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Okay.
That could be why he doesn't want to get married, right? If you're saying, like, even if we get married, I'm putting myself first and I'm not putting you first. If I was a dude and I heard that, like, I would definitely say, okay, then I'm not going to marry you.
It's also about coming together. You know what I'm saying? It's also about a union. And I'm saying, what I'm saying is there's a lot of people... There's a lot of people nowadays that doesn't understand what a union is.
Well, I would argue potentially that you're that person because you just said if we got married, I would still put me first. That's not a union.
First, though? Would a man put his wife first?
Yes.
So you should always
yes.
Candace, didn't Jesus say you're supposed to love your enemies? When Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek, where have you ever turned the other cheek? When Jesus said that the meek shall inherit the earth, if you are a Christian, then I am the second coming of Christ.
Okay.
Here's what I would like to say to you, Rabbi, since you're quoting scripture. The one that's relevant to me is woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And if you'd like to dive into a little more scripture, I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley. I am not less than you because you are white. I don't need you to look at me and feel bad for me because of the color of my skin. And that's effectively what you're doing every time you take an application. You say, oh, well, this girl's black, so I kind of feel bad for her, so I'm going to put her at the top of a line. It's just not necessary. I believe, right, that black Americans are capable of performing in the same capacity as their white peers. You two don't actually believe that, because if you support affirmative action, you are basically saying that black Americans cannot do it on their own.
Let me ask you something. Do you hate Americans with black skin color?
Absolutely not. I actually love Americans with black skin color so much that I'm willing to fall on the sword 1,000 times for them to wake up and realize that we are being lied to, abused, and used by the Democrat Party.
How about Americans with white skin color? Do you hate them?
I do not, and that's a problem for people on the left.
Something that women say to me all the time. Why don't you make your husband a sandwich? Okay.
Is he hungry? Does he want a sandwich? Like, did he say something?
Allowing me
Answer.
to, listen, you're not going to be like, you're not my boss. So
guys
don't
do the
tell
same
me,
shit.
don't
You
tell me
guys
how
talk
I
with
have to
people all the
answer
time.
your
I was just
question.
over there with
Okay,
you, shutting people down.
nobody's intimidated from you telling me how I'm
I'm
going to
not
answer
trying
your
to
question.
intimidate you. I'm
You're not
trying to
going
have
to
an
cut. You're not
honest
going to cut me off.
conversation.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to have an honest conversation, which you
Why
you
don't you
guys do not
stop
want to.
exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second? Okay.
That's nice.
What is it about me that upsets people so much? I can't figure it out.
You don't lead with compassion.
No,
Like,
I'm not a
that's
buck.
gonna
I'm
make
not a buck
people
that can be broken.
Yeah, you make people feel bad. You're hurting people with what you say, and then
Yeah,
you're
I get
unapologetic
it. I guess it's
about
sort
it.
of like sitting down your child and telling them Santa's not real.
That would hurt.
It would hurt. We're not dealing with children. We're dealing with adults.
Again, like I said, you're different than me. Like, to me, I don't want to hurt people, even if it's with the truth.
So if you can't acknowledge truth, I'm not your problem. That's why you're freaking out on me, is because you know I'm hitting stuff and you're freaking out because deep down, it's not like Candace saying only women can give birth. It's because you can lie to the entire world. You can have the entire world lie to you, but you know you have that second before you go to bed, and you're just like, this is all a farce.
I'm like so excited to speak to you right now. So
You're so sweet.
However, so what can you say to those people who think the system is rigged?
Yeah.
Quote unquote rigged.
Yeah. I think what I would say to people that exist under that mentality, that if you believe the system is rigged against you, the system will become rigged against you. If you see yourself as a victim every single day, you will become your own oppressor. There's no doubt about that. The reason why I think that I became so aspirational in life is because I knew that I could become whatever I wanted if I worked hard, right? So every single day I was willing to put in work because I realized that there was never going to be more opportunity than me being a person that was born in America during this time. If you were born in America right now, you are amongst the most privileged people that have ever existed on the face of the planet.
Well, I agree with you. The system is not rigged.
Thank you so much.